I'm Barry Tramel, and I say Dana Holgorsen's impending departure from Oklahoma State makes the Alamo Bowl that much more interesting for that many more teams.
Yeah, but what about Oklahoma State? Does this muddy the waters and their chances for an Alamo Bowl win? From the Opopco Studios in Oklahoma City, you're watching the Press Row. I'm Jenni Carlson. Barry, no doubt this became must-see TV for a lot more people. West Virginia, they're going to be watching this game. But how does this all impact? Dana Holgorsen is going to be calling the plays in the Alamo Bowl.
Well, I think we need to keep an eye on it because it's only human nature for Dana Holgorsen to really want to impress his new employer, West Virginia, and his new fan base, the people of the Mountain State. So, the Holgorsen, Mike Leach crowd, they don't really play it close to the vest anyway. So, I mean, if he goes, opens all guns, I mean, it wouldn't be anything out of the ordinary. But I think Holgorsen's going to go into this game really wanting to show West Virginia what they're getting. So I expect the Oklahoma State offense to be just a total wide open affair. Now that doesn't mean all passes, 80 passes a game. Kendall Hunter, Joseph Randall, still going to be all kinds of running plays. But you can bet that OSU will unload that playbook on the Arizona Wildcats.
It may not be good news for Arizona, a team that's lost 4 straight after starting 7-1. This looks like an Arizona team that's reeling a little bit, and they did have some losses that were to good teams. I mean, let's be honest, you lose to Oregon, no shame in that. Everybody they've played against this year has gone down to defeat against the Ducks. So Arizona, though, a team that looks to be in a little bit of disarray, especially with that loss to Arizona State. If Oklahoma State really brings all the bullets and shoots them all, I think it's going to be a long day for Arizona. But it's going to be interesting. I think that the players have sort of gotten over any initial shock or discombobulation because this was finals week for them with Holgorsen and all this talk about Pitt and West Virginia. I think that's probably all going to be long gone by the time the game comes around, which is a good thing. I think they can focus on this is the guy calling the plays. I don't really think it's going to have a huge impact in that regard on the team, Barry.
No, I wouldn't think so. The only impact it potentially could have, I think, is in the uncertainty for the future that it creates in a few players. Holgorsen's absence will make Justin Blackmon and Brandon Weeden consider their situations. To me, it was more likely that they were going to stay in Stillwater and not go in the NFL draft if Holgorsen remained. That's one of the chief downsides to Holgorsen's leaving, is the fact that it makes it potentially possible for Holgorsen and Weeden, for Blackmon and Weeden to go in the draft. So sometimes teams on bowl trips with NFL prospects, not sure their future, sometimes that can be a distraction. Doesn't have to be, doesn't always is, but it could be. So that's a thing to look for. The one thing you can say is that Brandon Weeden at 27 years old, incredibly mature, so he should be able to handle that. Justin Blackmon, with his unfortunate situation with the DUI in the middle of the season, he sort of knows how precious football games are. He sat and watched his Cowboys win a tough one in Manhattan without him. He knows you can't just blow off football games. I think he'll be ready, but the uncertainty of Holgorsen's replacement will put a little bit of a shadow on this Alamo Bowl trip.
I think Holgorsen is calling the plays because Oklahoma State wants to win this game. I don't think they want to throw everything into complete disarray, but it would have been interesting to me had Oklahoma State decided to say, Dana, we appreciate all you've done, but we're going to try some other things. We're going to maybe see what Doug Meacham can do calling plays. He's being groomed a little bit to maybe move into that role. And Oklahoma State decided they didn't want to do that. I don't necessarily know that it's a bad decision that they made, but it would have been interesting to sort of test drive, if you will, a potential new face in the offensive coordinator role. They're not going to do that. They're going to wait and make that decision. Maybe they've already made it and they just haven't told us. But it'll be interesting to see what direction they go. Do they hire from within? Do they go out? Do they find your favorite guy, Mike Leach, and try to draw him in? We'll see, but it would have been interesting to see maybe a test drive situation in the bowl game. Instead, we're going to have one last hurrah with Dana Holgorsen. Hey, stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.